Most of the sneakers in my collection back there are of retro taste, and specifically my runners, meaning that they're of things from the past. I'm always hesitant to try out new sneaker technology because I know I could spend that same money on something that I already know and enjoy. That changed though, as I was doing some deal hunting online and came across this pair of the Adidas ZX 4040 at an absolutely killer deal. I had previously passed up on any pair of Adidas 40 sneakers because of the high $200 to $350 retail price on their models, but I was lucky to snag this pair on deep discount for only $122.50. And oh yeah, shout out to my girlfriend because she hopped on the same deal and got the same exact pair. Upon first glance, there's certainly a lot going on with the sneaker. Beyond the crazy colored uppers that I'll talk about in a bit, the real focal point is the midsole, and what Adidas is calling their 4D technology. The Futurecraft 4D technology was first introduced in 2017. The naming of 4D is a bit odd, as these soles are in essence 3D printed. But unlike traditional 3D printing methods of being built up in layers, these utilize a manufacturing technology called digital light synthesis. Adidas teamed up with this company Carbon to develop this process that entails light being projected through a resin which hardens when light hits it, and then is slowly pulled out of the concoction over time. The end result is this crazy looking lattice structure. Aside from the unique technological development, there's a rhyme and reason to this 4D solution. This technology was created to be fine-tuned to the user specifically, reacting to the individual's movement, weight, etc. Adidas' long-term vision with the 4D tech is that a consumer will be able to walk into a store and walk out with their own personalized fitting shoe. In trying them on, I think the overall comfort is alright so far. At the time of me making this video, I haven't had a chance to put in many miles on these, but from what I hear, they break in better over time. On first impression though, they have a pretty stiff feel and there's a certain weight to them that I wasn't expecting. I'd have to wear them a lot more to get a better sense of the ride, but for right now, they're pretty stiff and seem like they need to be broken in. The most up-to-date sneakers that I have when it comes to technology are probably these NMD R2s and these Yeezy 350s, which both utilize Adidas' Boost technology. Boost was introduced in 2013, so even this isn't the latest and greatest anymore. There are a bunch of comparison videos between Boost and 4D on YouTube, so if you're interested, I encourage you to support other fellow YouTube content creators and check out their videos. But going back to the 4D technology, many think that this is going to be the future of sneakers. While it's a cool idea, there are certainly a lot of variables when it comes to this. Obviously, price is the first issue, and it's not just with this pair of the ZX 4040s, it's really any 4D related pair. The technology is obviously still in its early adoption stages, so it's almost like Adidas' science project in the sense that they're trying to work out all the kinks and processes. Being a collector, I also question the long-term durability. Is it something like a Jordan 3, whose midsoles will crumble over time? Who knows? And obviously being a meticulous sneaker hoarder as seen through my collection in the back, I like to keep my shoes clean. If I were to get something in between this lattice-like midsole, I'm not sure how I'd even go about cleaning them. But while still talking about the sole, it was only fitting that I grabbed a pair with a wild upper to match. This specific colorway is a real head turner for sure, and this easy mint, high-res yellow, and linen green colorway, all in a mix of materials consisting of prime knit and suede. The prime knit on here is definitely a step up from a generic mesh that you'd find on any other runner. The real kicker here for me is the suede, and while there isn't a lot of it, it's super plush and soft to the touch. I just wish there was more of it on the sneaker. All that being said, the $350 retail price on these certainly isn't driven by the upper materials, rather the 4D tech at the sole. So this specific model, the ZX 4040, is more of a lifestyle shoe, and it's actually a rework of the original ZX 4000 model that made its debut back in the late 1980s. Fortunately, I have a pair of the ZX 4000s to compare these two, and in seeing them side by side, you could just tell that the 40 is a modernized version of this ZX 4000 OG, just based off the overall shape and placement of these overlays. The ZX 4000 has sort of an NMD or Ultra Boost shape, while this regular ZX4000 has a traditional retro runner look to it of something from the late 80s or early 90s. I think it's funny too that they do pay tribute to these ZX4000s because this 40 model has some torsion logoing throughout the sneaker, but it doesn't utilize any torsion technology at all. Nothing crazy as we move down to the outsole. I've been reading that 40 models utilize a continental outsole like on the Ultra Boosts, but not quite sure on this pair specifically. The ZX4040 overall is more of a classic lifestyle shoe, so if you're looking to get into working out or cross-training, I'd steer you away from this pair in favor of models such as the Run 1.0 or the Alpha Edge 40. Sizing is a bit interesting with this pair specifically as well. I always find with my Adidas sneakers that I have an issue with consistency in their sizing, so I automatically default to my true 9.5 most of the time. In this case, I went with my true 9.5 and they fit great. I will say, they're a bit narrow and tighter around the toe, so maybe it'd be advisable if you go up half a size if you have a wider foot. But overall, man, I'm excited to have these in my collection. I don't intend on using these for their true performance purposes, as my running days back in high school are long past me. But I'm glad to use these as sort of a flex item while I'm mall walking or grocery getting. That about wraps it up for this video though. Let me know what you guys think of this pair of the ZX4040s in the comments. Are you liking this colorway? Do you think it was a good buy for a little over 120 bucks? And beyond that too, what are your thoughts on the 40 technology? Is it the future or is it wishful thinking? I'd love to read all about it. If you're liking the content, let me know by dropping a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. As always, there's more to come, but until then, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one.